Good afternoon to our organized members of the Machinists Union and our allies in the labor movement. This is the 141 Report, and I'm your host, Dave Lehigh, a communications representative for District Lodge 141. This week, our topic turns towards the annual 141 Scholarship Contest as we have a conversation with independent judges Frank Casciato, the Executive Vice President, and Dan Brin, Managing Editor of Bleiweiss Communications, who are judging submissions of essays from entrants of the 141 Adolph Stutz Scholarship Contest. We know many of our members' families are putting their kids through college, and this video report will give them information on how they might get a chance to win some much-needed scholarship funds. All this and more as our 141 report starts now. Brothers Frank and Dan, it's great to have you on the 141 report this week.
Good morning. Thanks for having us.
It's really good to have you guys on. I appreciate the time you guys are taking out of your busy schedule to talk about a good scholarship program. So brothers, I always begin the show by asking the guests to please introduce yourselves and give our viewers some history about your union background and how you got into helping union labor. Frank, why don't you get started?
Sure thing. Well, I've been with Biowise Communications for 27 years now. I came out of the California Democratic Party, and that's where I began to understand the need to fight for working people and working people's rights. It kind of grew on me. I've always been a union man. You know, my dad would always say, make sure you get yourself a union job with benefits. And a little backstory, my grandfather was actually a union bricklayer. And legend has it that one day some company folks came to my grandmother's house looking for my grandfather to encourage him not to join the union, and she beat them off the doorstep with a broomstick. So that's the legend. I think I'm going to stick with that story. But proud to be here. Thank you.
Dan, how about you?
Well, I grew up in journalism, quite literally. My dad was an LA Times reporter before he started a chain of community weekly newspapers. And I worked with him for a long time, and he brought in the Graphic Arts Union because he believed in unions. It was a very small business, struggling to get along, but it was important for him to be part of the union movement. And I was trained in journalism at the University of California Graduate School of Journalism, worked in Chicago a bit, and worked side by side with my dad for 25 years as his editor-in-chief. And then I joined Bleiweiss Communications it's 18 years ago. And I've been very proud to serve the working women and men of the labor movement. So it's been a real privilege.
Well, so you're both from Biowise Communications. Can you give our viewers some details about your organization and how you help unions, you know, and where you're located, the year you were founded? How big is your staff? Frank, why don't you give us some background?
Yeah, well, we've got 6 members on staff. We're located in Southern California, and we have satellite offices in Oregon and Boston. And we're basically a communications firm serving labor unions, healthcare and pension benefit funds, and other union-related organizations. We write, design, compose, and publish high-quality magazines, newspapers, websites, newsletters, brochures, and other materials for our clients. We are the second oldest advertising agency in Southern California, and all members of BCI staff, including our president and CEO, are members of United Food and Commercial Workers Local 324. Yes, we are a 100% union dues paying communications firm. and our firm has had a collective bargaining agreement in place without interruption since 1946. We're proud to say this is our 75th year serving working people.
Wow, that I did not know all the details on that, Frank. That's great information.
Yeah.
So I know Bleiweiss has had a long history with District Lodge 141. Frank, can you fill the viewers in on what our two organizations have done together over the years?
Yeah, our history of 141 goes back to the early 80s. Bob and Vita Bleiweiss bought the company back in 81. And soon after that, we started to work with 141, where we created a flagship of the communications program back in the day called The Messenger, which was a monthly 12, 16, even 24 page or more tabloid newspaper reporting current events, status of negotiations, but we'd also cover the conferences we used to have, ground safety, flight safety, legislative conferences, to bring back what's going on at the conferences, what the delegates would learn back to the membership. We've also produced Know Your Union booklets with President Ken Thede back in the day. We would make numerous negotiations update videos. More recently with 141, we worked on various billboard campaigns. And currently we're proud to work on the scholarship committee with 141.
Okay, so now we're talking about the Adolph Stutz Scholarship Program. Dan, since your organization is the independent judge of the essay contest, can you tell the viewers about the contest rules and what's expected of the participants?
Well, first off, to describe the scholarship contest, it's we have one top winner based on the essays that are submitted to us and the qualifications, making sure that the entrants qualify is either the child of a member or the member that themselves who want to get ahead in life and pursue a college education. So the top winner gets $2,000, and then the 6 runners up get $1,000. And so the idea is to encourage people to achieve a better life.
Okay.
And that's what unions are all about.
So Frank, how many years has the scholarship program been running?
The scholarship program has been running for about 37 years. It was named after brother Adolph Stutz, who was out of United Airlines, an aircraft mechanic, hired in 1956. He passed away in 76. He was a 14-year officer of District Lodge 141, and the scholarship was named after him. It began in 84, and it's been running ever since. And it's had an independent scholarship committee overseeing the essays ever since.
Okay. And Dan, what's the topic of the essay for this year? Well, I mean, it's usually something based on labor. So what are we asking the entrants to write about?
The topic is COVID-19 has affected societies and economies around the world. Where do we go from here? What should the priorities be for mankind?
And how long are these essays have to be in length? I mean, is there a shortness or a length of it?
Well, the maximum length is 1,000 words. They usually come in a little less than that, between 600 and 800 words.
Okay. All right. So let me ask you guys, what do you think the biggest challenge for you as the judges face during this contest period?
Well, the biggest challenge is, well, first of all, getting the word out about this important union benefit. It's just one of many benefits that the union provides, but this is a way for the family to think, to work strategically to advance them, the careers of themselves and their loved ones. So getting the word out is extremely important, so we have more entrants. When we're judging the competition itself, sometimes it's extremely hard to choose the best among some very good essays, and especially the top prize. And so we circulate the essays around our committee, and make the decision, and to the best of our ability.
You know, last year you guys had, a lot of essays that were submitted. I know that. And you guys had some really difficult choices to come up with who the winners were on that. So how long does it normally take you to go through the process of actually evaluating these essays? Does it take a couple of weeks, or does it take a couple of days? I mean, give me some background on your part as judges.
Yes, well, it takes about 2 weeks for us to go over the essays, and we have a month. But we want to make sure we do it right. I know that Will Riley, the winner of the 2020 competition, whom you featured in your podcast, was so outstanding that he was an easy choice. But there were several excellent essays.
Yeah. Each essay has to be given its due diligence, and we usually take 2 to 3 weeks, depending on, because the scholarship is open. We go through the scholarships between July 1st, and then the winners are announced on August 1st. So we do have a strict timeline that we do have to follow.
Yeah, that was going to be a follow-up question. So you actually answered that. That's good. So August 1st is when you guys will finalize the essays that are submitted.
Yes.
Our biggest challenge, though, is getting our members to get the family members to participate. And I think that's hopefully this video podcast will be shared enough by our members. There are members out there, I'm sure, that their family members could really benefit from this. So
absolutely, it's a huge value, a huge benefit from the district lodge to our members, and what they have to do is take advantage of this. I mean, so many people don't realize how many advantages they have with a union membership, and this is just one element, and it's crucial. But the only way to get the benefit is to take advantage of it and apply for it. And the more people who know about it, the more people hopefully will enter and take advantage of this great value of the union membership.
So Frank, to read all the details and rules, District 141 members, they just need to visit the website for information on how to enter, correct?
Yep, that's right. Just visit IAM141.org, and a link is on the front page of the website. Okay. Just go right there, click on it.
Okay, great.
Name's right there.
So before we close out, Dan and Frank, is there anything else that we might want to mention about this essay contest?
I just want to underscore how important it is that the union recognizes the aspirations of its members, and we're all about hope and the future, and achieving a better life for the members and all working people. And so I'm personally very proud of being part of that.
Advancement of knowledge is always critical for union members, and I think this is a great program. So our program is just about up, and I want to thank you, Frank and Dan, for passing along this good information and for coming on to speak on today's report.
Well, thank you, Dave, and thank you for having us and for all you do. And I want to thank President Mike Clem and everyone at District Lodge 141. There is so much value to your IAM membership, and this scholarship is just one element. So take advantage of it. It's there for you.
I hope that our sisters and brothers, their family members, participate in this very good scholarship contest. Many of our members and family members that have won over the years have gotten much needed financial support to help their educational needs. Well, this concludes this week's 141 report. Be sure to visit District 141's website often, and always remember our social media links that are posted on our website have information that you will find useful. So give our union your support by liking, sharing, subscribing, and following these important social media sites. Everyone have a great weekend. Bye for now.